sometimes you might fall on your way. Throw your hands up, you get down when things don't fall into place. Mad at the world, yeah.
Hello guys, happy new year. Hope you all are doing well. Karibu sana, welcome all to my new channel. And if you're new here, my name is Helen. Kindly feel free to subscribe, like, comment, and even share this video to your friends. There's a word written subscribe, just tap it, it's free of charge. Thank you as you do that. And if you're a new returning subscriber, welcome back, and thank you all for all your support. I'm so humble. So guys, on today's video I'll be preparing something very sweet and simple. It's a samosa. So I'll be doing samosa recipe. So since it's 2021, I decided to do new things, but in a very simple way. So let's go ahead and see our ingredients. Welcome all. So in ingredients, you need your spring onions, you need your minced meat, you need cooking oil, sugar and salt, and all-purpose flour. And remember guys, I had boiled my minced meat, but it's optional. So first we are going to cut our onions. And so guys, remember, we are cutting our onions into very small size. Just cut them into very small size because you don't want to see your onions in your minced meat. But of course it's a must, you'll see them, but kindly just cut your onions into smaller size. I find it more sweet, or rather which one do I use? Okay, it's good to just use small onions. So just cut your onions. So guys, after cutting, so here you can see I've cut my onions. I'll finish cutting all of my onions first. Sorry, I'm done. And so guys, we'll start cooking our onions. So in your sufuria pot or pan, whichever way you're cooking your onions with, so just add in oil, enough oil. I can't tell exactly how many tablespoons, but just use enough oil. And guys, remember, you are using enough oil, or rather onions, depending with the people you're cooking your samosa for, or how many samosas you're cooking. So it depends again. So in your oil, just add in your onions. And so guys, you can see they're well chopped. Hope you all can see. So we'll just add all our onions in. So just add all your onion in and let that cook. It takes a while. So that's why we'll start by cooking our onions. So just let them cook, and while it's cooking, we'll start preparing our samosas sheets. So we'll start kneading our dough. So let that cook, and let's go into another step. So in your basin, add salt. You see I'm using like a smaller spoon, and it's not full, just use flat tablespoon. And next I'll add in sugar. I love sugar, adding in sugar, but not that much. But guys, sugar is optional. You can skip sugar if you don't love putting in sugar. You can definitely skip it. So after doing this, next we'll add our flour. So we'll use 2 cups, but you have to, okay, I'll measure flat. You see it's not that flat, but don't make it that full. So that's 1 cup. So we'll add another cup. So our second cup. Sorry guys. And so after doing this, you'll take your fork. Yeah, just take your fork and start mixing everything together, your salt, sugar and flour. They have to mix well, so just do this for some minutes. And while doing this again, it helps your flour if it had some balls inside, zinachana. So just do this using your fork. It's good to do this before you start kneading your we're done. So another thing, guys, I normally tell you I use hot water while making my chapatis. So you see, very hot water. I'm using hot water. It's not cold, warm, lukewarm, it's hot. And that's why I'm using a fork first, because guys, you don't want to burn yourself. So kindly just use a fork first. Just do this for about 5 minutes with your fork, and just be adding a little oil, water, just a little. Don't add all of it. Just be measuring a little oil or water. Sorry, guys. Another thing, guys, if you use hot water in your chapatis, it makes your work easier and it makes your chapatis very soft. They become very soft. So that's why I normally advise to use hot water. So after doing this, guys, now while it has cooled a little, we'll start using our hands to knead our dough. So I'll just remove the unga in the fork, everything, hakuna kenye nabakisha. So after doing this, so next I'll start mixing with my hands. And guys, still it's still hot, so just be careful, because kindly just avoid burning yourself. So just mix with your hands well, and you're supposed to do this for about 10 to 15 minutes. So just keep on doing this until everything is mixed well and it has started forming like a ball. So that's when you know your dough is almost ready. So just keep on doing this, because you don't want to cook something which is not prepared well. You don't want to eat something which is not prepared well. So guys, at this point, so you all hope you all can see. At this point we are halfway done, so we'll add in our oil at this point. So I'll just take your oil and just measure about 1 tablespoon and start mixing everything together again. I find it doing this more easier and well. So just do this. Just do this and continue making your chapati, because it's the same thing, guys. The way you normally cook chapatis, the way you will use you always prepare your samosas again. The process is the same. So after doing this, guys, next we'll just take oil again. Just put oil in your hands a little and start spreading all over your dough. I don't know how if you pronounce dough. Anyway, guys, just do this. And after doing this, when you want to know if your unga is ready, you see it's not sticking in your basin. That's when you know it's ready. So we'll cover it and let it stay there for 30 to 40 minutes. So next we'll check our onions. So just let it sit there. So next we'll check our onions, and so guys, you can see at this point they are ready. So we'll add our mincemeat, our boiled mincemeat. So just add in and start mixing everything together. So remember our onions have cooked halfway done, and remember we had boiled our mincemeat, so it won't take that much time because everything is almost ready. So just keep on mixing everything and stirring everything, because you're doing this to avoid them sticking in your pot. So just do this and until they're ready, but at this time you can tell it's ready. So just do that. It's very simple, so kindly just leave it for some minutes and it will be good to go. Just keep on stirring. And so guys, At this point, my mincemeat is ready, I can tell. So you see, you can see your onions, you can see your mincemeat. They're well cooked, guys. So for me, I prefer boiling my mincemeat first before I cook them. But there are those people who prefer just cooking them the way they are. It's okay, guys. You can do that. And another thing, onions. If you don't have these spring onions, you can use the other onions. You can use the red onions, white onions. It's okay. You can use any, but I will advise at least you use this one. But that's if okay, you're cooking your samosa at that time you don't have these onions, you can just use the other ones. But if you have time, kindly just buy your spring onions. They're good. So guys, you can see our mincemeat is ready, so we'll just put that aside because it's ready and go in our chapati, making our samosa sheets. So sorry, I don't know what's wrong with me today. So it's been about 40 minutes, guys, and you can see. So you'll know your dough is ready if you press it and it starts. If you press it, it just comes out on its own. You don't have to force it. So next, just do this to remove the air. So just do this for some minutes. And so guys, after doing this, we'll start cutting our samosas sheets. I love calling them sheets because that's what we're using to put in our mincemeat. So, but if you know other names that we usually call it, kindly just tell me. Kindly avoid the noise, my baby. She just loves making noise while I'm just doing something. So kindly bear with me. And so you'll know your duff is ready when you just press it and it just comes out on its own. So next, just start cutting them. And remember, you are cutting your balls very small portions, very small balls, very small. Actually, if you can cut smaller than mine, well and good. So just do that, we'll do that, and that's it, guys. So at the end, you can see here we have our balls, and they will also just take one and start pressing it with your hands. The reason as why I'm doing this is just to make it a little bit circle, though it's okay, you don't have to do this. You don't have to do that. And so guys, you can see, let me take it closer, you see they're all well done. So next we'll start spreading them and start making them into circle shape. Just make small circle shape, not that big circle shapes. So just take your rolling stick and start rolling. You just want to make them into circle. You see the way you normally cook your chapatis, that's the process, but for this one we'll just make them a little bit smaller. And guys, again, you can use your hands. So you see mine, I just leave it that way into that shape. So next step, take your oil. Let me bring it. So take your oil and start spreading all over your circle, or rather your samosa sheets. So after doing this, you'll take your flour. I'm using my hands, but you can use your kichungi and just put in flour and then start squeezing it. But you can just use your hands. I find it more easier. So we'll do that to our next. So just take your flour, take your dough, and then start spreading it. So just make it a little circle, or rather small circle, because you don't want that big circle. You just need a smaller circle. So just do that, put that aside. So first take the one that you made, and then put on top of the first one. So you see, just do what I'm doing, guys. Just follow my steps. So after doing that, we'll set that aside. We'll start making another sheet. So just take your rolling stick, apply some oil, some flour, and then just start spreading it into a circle shape, a very small circle shape. So just do all of them. Just do this, and it's very simple. It's very simple. So just doing this, take your oil, spread, just use enough oil, guys. Just use enough oil, and then spread on top some flour, and then take another one which has not you haven't added oil, and put it on top on that one. Then apply oil. So you just follow the same procedure, the same thing, but first we'll put that aside. And so we'll prepare our last two before we put them together, all of them. So just do the same process. I wanted to show you everything, guys, so that you can see, and it will be more easier to follow than me showing just one step. So that's why I'm doing this, all of them, so that you, my people, you can see what I'm doing. So after doing this, we'll take the one that you have mixed, you have placed them together, and just apply oil. Next step, take your flour, apply, and take the other one which has no oil, and just place it on top. Repeat the same process. Take your oil, start applying it in your in the this upper one which has not, you didn't add oil on it. Just take oil, start spreading all of them. Next up, take your flour. So next, take your flour and sprinkle around, and it's very easy, guys. So that's why I'm doing everything. I'm doing all of them so that you can see. After applying flour, so just take the other two and continue with the same process until you are done with all of them. And you can decide to do 2 2 or 3 3, or rather you can just do all of them as the way I'm doing. You can, any, guys, you can decide any. So just do this, and so guys, you can see I have all of them here. So at this point, next we'll start spreading them into circle shape again, a bigger circle. So just take your rolling stick and start spreading your your chapatis into circle shape, a bigger size, but don't do it that big. Just you see the size of your pan. Make sure your circle is the same size as your pan, because you don't want your circle to be that big than your pan, because it won't cook. Some parts which we won't cook, so just measure according to the size of your pan. And so this side I'm done with it, and so we'll start spreading the other side. So guys, since I didn't spread it at the same time, so you see this one is a bit small, but it's okay, guys. We'll just spread it. So just again, you can use your hands to just spread it and make it bigger. You can use your hands as I'm doing. It's okay, guys, you can just use your hands. So just do that until you see it's the same size as others. So make it into circle shape kindly. If you don't know how to just spread or just use a rolling stick, you can just spread one side, you turn it, you spread the other side, you turn it, and that's how you normally come out to the circle shape. There are those people who don't know how to roll, so you can just do that. And another thing, guys, I normally let me put first in my pan. So we'll put it on our pan and let it heat. Just we're not cooking it, we're just preheating it. So that it can be just dry. We don't want to cook them like our chapatis. No. So guys, I was telling you where you normally see me rolling my chapatis. It's because I normally try to show people that it doesn't matter if you don't have a rolling board. You can just use that place in your kitchen. If you don't have a rolling board, keep on trying. If you just try, you'll find yourself doing it better. Because mine, you can see it doesn't come out with those lines in your sink, so you can do that. If your kitchen is not that big that it doesn't have that flat space of rolling, and if you don't have a rolling board, you can just use that part, or even you can just use your table, your normal table. So don't worry. That's why I normally say my channel is all about simplicity, and that's why I normally use very simple things that you can just find and afford in your house. So just do that. So next, you see this side has cooked, so we'll let the other side cook. Keep on checking, and keep on turning at least so that all of them can cook well. So guys, you see your bigger spoon, use that to turn. And so guys, you can see it's not yet done, but it's almost. So we'll just let it cook for some minutes, very few minutes. And so guys, here it's ready. So we'll start removing them one by one. So guys, let me show you what I meant. So you see, they just remove it themselves, very easy, one by one. And kindly be careful while doing this, because you see at this moment, moment, if you force it, you'll break it. So just be careful. The ones that don't come out on their own, you can just put them in the oil in the pan again and let them heat, so that it can be easier. So for instance, in my case, for these three, they're not coming out well. So you see, to avoid any to avoid them breaking, so I'll just put them in the oil for the second time, and here they are, guys. So you can see they're all done and they have not breaked. They have not, guys. And so this is what you need. So at this point, guys, again, we'll start heating them one by one, because you can't make your samosas sheet while they are this way. They are too light. So just start heating them one by one again. So let me show you. Just take one. So just put it in your pan and let it dry again for some minutes. Then you can just turn it, let it dry for some minutes again, and both sides, and they will be good to go. So you see at this point, guys, so you see, just turn it the other side so that it can dry up well, and don't dry it for too long, because it can be very dry and hard, and you don't want that. Sorry guys for the noise. So just do that, and that's it, mama. So guys, you see, just repeat the same process, and you'll be good to go, guys. So let me show you one more time. Just take down that we had dried first, and dry it in for the second time. Just put it in the oil in your pan and let it dry for some time. Then turn the other side, and that's it, guys. You'll be good to go. And so guys, at this point you can tell that our samosa sheets are done. They're well done. So hope you see, guys, they're well done. If you just follow the process that I've used, they will come out exactly as mine. Very simple. So next process, we'll start cutting them to be in circle shape, well circle shape. So we'll just remove the what. So you see these parts, the end parts, we'll just remove them into and remain with the circle shape, just small circle shape. So for you to come out with circle shape shades, you'll need to use your plate. So at this time, I noticed this one was a bit small, so I had to put it down so the others can follow it. So just do that. Next, take your plate and knife and just start cutting your sheets into a circle shape. You want a very good circle shape, because if you don't do this, guys, your samosas will be in bad shape. So that's why you need to cut them again. So cut them until you see it's good. So do this. And so guys, you see at the end, so you will remove that part which you have cut and put it aside. And guys, you don't have to draw them. You can just, you see, while you are done with your samosas, cooking your samosas, you can just put them in the oil and let them cook like crepes. You can have crepes. They will turn out like crepes. So just fry them until they are like crepes and you're good to go. So next, we are going to cut our samosas sheets into half. So just take your knife and cut them in the middle. So you see, let me show you. So now we'll start cutting them deeper. And be careful while doing this. Be careful, guys. Be very, very careful. Because if you just do a little mistake, they will turn out bad. So just be careful while cutting them. Because again, you want them to be in the same shape or other size. So you see, guys, that's what you need. So next, we'll start preparing our glue, the one that you'll use to attach our samosas sheets. So put water in your bowl. You can use cold water. I'm not using hot water, just use cold water. And next, we'll add in your flour, about 4 tablespoons of flour to make your glue. So just mix everything. You don't want it to be that thick and you don't want it to be that light. So just do this. Don't add another water. Just keep on adding flour for it to be a little bit thick and smooth. Because if you make it light, it won't attach your samosas sheet well. So make it a bit thick. Just add in flour. And keep on mixing everything until it's well mixed. And we'll just put that aside. So at this, guys, you can use spoon. You don't have to use a fork at this time. So just use spoon. And so guys, you see it's very thick. So next, you'll take your samosa sheet and start applying the glue that you have just made. So just shape it into the shape that you want, and just shape the shape that I'm shaping. It's a bit easier. That's why I was telling you guys, I'm showing you the simplest way of cooking your samosas. So just do that and let it dry. So that's our first samosa sheet. I'll show you the next one. I want to show you guys every step so that it can be more easier for you. So take your sheet, shape it in the shape that you want. So you see I'm making it look like a pocket. So we'll just make your samosas pocket like that and then start applying the glue. And that's it, guys. Put that aside. So that's our second. We'll take our third. Just take your samosas sheet, shape it in the shape that you want, then start applying the glue. And that's it, guys. And just let it dry while you're doing while you're finishing others. So that's it. Make sure it's well attached to each other. That's our third one. Let me show you our fourth one. So you see, just shape it. Just take one side and put it across the other to the end and start applying your glue so that they can be attached. And that's it. Very easy, very simple process. So guys, that's it. So we'll finish the rest. So you see, kindly guys bear with me the noise. My baby hataki nifanye kazi, hataki nifanye kitu. So guys, this is the final look. All of them, they're done. So we'll start adding in our mincemeat. So you see, guys, very simple. So next, take your samosas sheet or pocket and start putting in your mincemeat. So after doing this, next you'll take your glue and apply you see the part that that it was left that way, that's the part will apply your glue so that itafunika the other side. You'll use to close your pocket, your samosas pockets. And so guys, you see, so next take your pocket and start adding in your mincemeat. And guys, you can use about 2 to 3 tablespoons depending with the size of your pocket. If it's bigger, you can continue adding your mincemeat until it's well until imejaa vizuri. So next utafunika the upper part of your pocket yenye haina kitu yote, ndio utatumia kufunika. So utachukua ile ungo umetengeneza, spread and then utafunika samosa yako. And hii inasaidia while unazipika mafuta isiingie ndani. So that's why you're doing this. So guys, at the end, you see, here we have our samosas pockets. They're well, and next step we'll start cooking them, or rather frying them. So in your sufuria or potama place unapikia, just add in oil, enough oil. Usiweke mafuta mingi, itakagi mafuta mingi, just use enough oil. And then if you want to know your oil is hot or is ready, just use your cooking stick kama mwiko and then put it in the middle. And then so you see, if it's removed the bubbles, you'll know it's ready. So at that point I saw it was not ready, so I needed to put it again. So at this point you can see our oil is ready. It's very hot. So guys, I will show you if you cook with very hot oil, how your samosas will turn. So let me show you if you cook with hot oil. So you see, immediately you put in your samosas, they start burning instead of cooking. So this just, let me just use 3 so that you can see. And so you see guys, instead of cooking, okay, they cook very fast, so even they won't turn out to be that, the color won't be that good. So you see guys, so kindly just avoid using hot oil. So I had to wait for my oil to cool down a little. So at this point you can see it's cooking slow but well. So your work is just to turn them, keep on turning them until they are ready, because you don't want them to burn. So make sure you're cooking with not that hot oil. Kindly don't use hot oil. So just keep on turning until you see you are satisfied with the color. So we'll cook the rest of our samosas, guys. Keep on turning them, keep on turning them. So this is the work that you just have to do. So keep on turning them until they're done. And so guys, I'll cook the rest and so you'll see the final look. So guys, this is the final look. Thank you so much for watching till the end. May God bless you all. So guys, see you in my next video. So you see the first one has burnt. So guys, that's all. Very simple. Bye bye.
'Cause you only got the moment, so